Welcome to Mr. Sir Sports. We recently hit 1,000 subscribers, so thank all you guys for that. If you want to join the family and be entered to win a MacBook Pro and experience all the NFL news that's important that you need to know, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you're notified when our videos go live. When we hit 10,000 subscribers, we're giving away a MacBook Pro, like I mentioned. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thank you guys again and enjoy the video.
Many people around the NFL lately in the last few days believe that Jaxon Dart will be a top 10 pick, and a lot of people are linking him to the Saints at number 9. So what do you think about Dart skyrocketing up the draft boards after just a couple months ago? He seemed to be a fringe first-round pick, and now he's moved his way all the way up into the top 10, potentially getting picked number 9. This reminds me a little bit of a lot of other draft classes where there seem to be two quarterbacks that are surefire top 5 picks, and then there's this third guy. The last few years, I feel like, what always shoots up into the top 10 when he was supposed to be a second-round pick originally. Will Levis, I feel like, was that way going into the pre-draft process. Everyone was thinking, oh, Will Levis, he's going to go to the Colts, number 3 or 4 or whatever it was, and then he ended up sliding down to the second round still. So do you think he goes to the Saints, goes to the top 10, or do you think he slides down to the end of the first round or to the second where he originally was projected?
I think he'll be a second-round pick. I mean, you look at it, he's gotten better every year since he's been at Ole Miss. When you look at rating, completion percentage, he's improved all 4 years. So you like that trend, obviously. And Ole Miss had an interesting year because you look at their schedule and they had wins against Florida, or they had wins against Georgia, who were number 3 at the time, but then they lose to Florida. So their season was very hot and cold. Obviously, Dart had a lot of success and a lot of reason for that. But I mean, like you said, we do have guys that usually, we have guys that rise and fall in the draft order. And I think he's going to be a guy that's going to fall to the second round. I mean, especially when you look at mainly Shedeur and Cam Ward are the guys that are going to be going toward the top of the draft. And I think a lot of teams are saying, no, we're good. We don't need a quarterback. I think the Browns came out and said that. The Giants came out and said that, as they know the draft class isn't as strong as, let's say, last year's quarterback class. So I could see him maybe going top 10 as an outside shot, but realistically, he'll probably fall in the second round. So what do you think? He's going top 10 and he's going to fall back?
Honestly, I think when you look at the draft this year, there's not that many quarterbacks that honestly are worthy of top 10 picks. I think even people are talking themselves into drafting Cam Ward and drafting Shedeur Sanders and drafting Jaxon Dart, but I think all of these teams are really just needy at the quarterback position. I don't think any of these guys, if you would have said last year, none of these guys would have been first-round picks. I think just because of how needy these teams are, they're going to slide up, and I think that makes Jaxon Dart, I think he's going to end up being a first-round pick. I could see him going 9th to the Saints. I could see him also sliding and going to the Steelers if they don't end up getting Aaron Rodgers and all they have is Kyle Rudolph on the roster, or Mason Rudolph, I should say, not Kyle. But yeah, I think those are the two teams you have to look at, the Saints and the Steelers. And if those two teams pass on them, I could see them go into the second round. But there's too many teams that are just needy at quarterback and talk themselves into these young guys. So I think because of that reason and because of how needy teams are at the quarterback position, he slides up and becomes a first-round pick.